Jacob's creations, heart and soul, turning resin into gold, crafting wonders, work of art, a vision born from your own heart.
Hey everybody. So today I am challenging myself. So I don't know if you can see off to the side here. Let me adjust this a little bit. I have these pretty flowers here out, and what I'm going to be doing with all those pretty flowers is I'm going to be making this large tray. Now, the reason I'm challenging myself with this is because this will be the largest tray I've ever poured, and the items that I'm using for it and what I'm going to be doing for the backing are what's going to be the challenging part. So, I'm going to be starting off this project by doing a clear layer in my resin here, in which I'm going to place all my flowers and bits here. Then I'm going to let that cure. Then I'm going to come in for the backing. I'm going to use a couple different colors here. I have a crystal white mica powder, a primrose yellow mica powder, and then I have a yellow resin dye and a black resin dye. And what I'm going to be doing with that is I'm going to be trying to do the crackle effect that I had seen. So I'll get more in depth into where I got the crackle effect from when I get to that part. I'm also going to be pouring my own handles for this tray. Those are just going to be done in clear, so nothing fancy with those. But the tray itself, however, is going to have a few parts. So the main goal with this tray is I have this very beautiful bee decal here. This is like one of those iron-on ones for a shirt. So this is going to be going on the tray as well. But I'm doing the tray in reverse, so this will be the last part that I do, apart from applying like a top coat to secure this in. What I'm going to do with this in the meantime, though, is I'm just going to place it under my tray here, just so that I have a base of like where the bee is going to be, because I don't want to necessarily waste a bunch of flowers putting them like behind where the bee piece is. So yeah, I figure if I just kind of put this underneath the mold, then I can use it to help me place where I want all my stuff to be. So I'm not sure how much resin I'm going to need for this, so I mixed up 18 ounces of resin. I have my first batch all set here, and then I have my other 2 cups debubbling at the moment. So if you hear that hum underneath my voice here, that's what that is. It's my debubbler running. So I'm just going to pop these little bubbles here. And the first thing I'm going to pour is going to be the handles, just because I want that out of my way. So I'm going to pour these off to the side here, so just bear with me while I get that done real quick. Okay. So in addition to the tray here, I also have matching coasters that I'm going to be making with this as well. And I have some smaller versions of the same bee decal that are going to go on them as well. The only thing I'm not 100% sure on is whether or not there's going to be flowers in the coaster as well. I will have to kind of gauge that and see, but for the time being, I just want to get this tray poured and kind of go from there. So I'm just going to pour this in. I just want enough to coat the bottom of the tray here so that I can get my flowers in and get them in the resin. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and start. There's not as much in here as I'd like, but still got a little bit on my other resin. But I should have enough in here that I can start placing my flowers in. And I went ahead of the video here beforehand. I kind of placed these in here just to get an idea on where I wanted them to go. So I do have that kind of all laid out. On where I wanted to put each flower.
Dewdrops glisten on petals white. A gentle breeze lets whispers glide. Bees hum softly in the sun's embrace. Nature's wonder, a sacred space. Flowers bloom, their colors sing. Bees in dance on golden wing. A meadow vast, a treasure untold. Nature's wonder, a heart of gold. The morning light, it paints the scene. Emerald grass with a vibrant sheen. The world awakes in a quiet cheer. Nature's wonder is always near. Oh, the wild cause, it beckons free. A hymn of life in harmony. The meadow sways to the timeless tune. Nature's wonder under sun and moon. Flowers bloom, their colors sing. Bees in dance on golden wing. A meadow vast, a treasure untold. Nature's wonder, a heart of gold. Take my hand, let's wander far. Beneath the sky, where dreams are stars. In the meadow, where life is pure. Nature's wonder, forever endures. Nature's wonder, forever endures.
So that is my placement for everything. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out because I don't want my to stay under there, because that's one of those ones that's like an iron-on. So as heat gets to it, it releases from the paper, so I don't want the heat from the resin to ruin it. So I am going to add a little bit more resin to this. Not a lot, because I still have another layer that I'm going to have to do on here. But I do want to put some on here just to kind of cover these flowers. Alright, so unfortunately, this mold is too big to fit in my curing machine. So, and I don't want any bubbles to form under it from a heating mat. So I am just going to leave this to cure in its normal state. So this project is going to take me a little bit to complete. And unfortunately, it's also going to take up the majority of my workspace. So, yeah. I will be back in a little bit here and figure out what I'm going to do with the coasters. Like I said, I just need to find out if I'm putting the flowers in them or not. This was a requested project, so I'm just making it happen. Yeah, I'll get that figured out and I'll be back in a little bit and we'll start working on the coasters as well. See you guys then. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this done. My resin is very hot. And yeah. So I do, like I said, have to do 2 layers on these, so I don't want to fill these up a lot. I just want enough in these to get my flowers and such in. However, I'm going to do that.
I took the colors from the sky, poured them down where ideas lie. In the mold, I let them play. When it sets, it takes the day. Mirror shards and bits of gold. Dreams you touch, they never fold. A swirl of life in crystal clear. The story's trapped, but it's still here. Creative resin, it binds masterpiece straight from my heart.
Alright, that is all for this for now. Only thing I got to do is just kind of go in these and get them underneath the resin a little bit more. And yeah, so I will get all that set up, and I will be back with you guys when it's time to do the next layer on all these. We'll see you guys then. Alright guys, I'm back, and flower tray has cured, and I'm ready to do my backing. So, for the backing, I'm going to be trying to do the crackle effect on this tray. So, I have my resin mixed up. Hopefully I have enough. Hopefully. So, I have an orange this is primrose yellow. It looks orange, but it says primrose yellow. So I have that in a mica powder. I have a crystal white in a mica powder. And then I have a yellow in clear with resin dye. And then I have a black with resin dye. And then I got a little bit of my clear here for the center. So I am going to start with the yellow. Hey guys, I am back. Tray and coasters have all cured and are ready to come out of the molds for the next step. So, let's see how they turned out. There we are. Out of the way. Are you ready? And oh wow, look at that. That turned out gorgeous. My flowers pulled into the center a little bit more than I wanted, but yeah. All right, let's check out the coasters. Okay. Not bad. Not quite the effect that I was hoping to get, but it's still pretty. There we go. Got quite a bit of overpour on this one that I'll have to get off. I think a couple of them had it, but I'll be able to whittle away at those. Yeah. So I'm going to get a couple things situated here, and then I will be back with the next step. See you guys in a few. Alright guys, So I am all set and ready to go. So what I'm going to do for my next step is I have these bees here that are going to go on the trays, or the tray and the coasters. So these are like the iron-ons for like shirts. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to use my heat gun to heat these up to where I can start peeling the paper off and have them stick to the tray. Then once that's done, I'll go in and do a top coat and attach the handles. So, it's going to get noisy. I'll probably do like a fast forward montage for this so you don't have to listen to all the noise, but yeah, we'll see how this works out.
Shimmering light on resin streams, a world of wonder born from dreams. Blended colors that softly flow, crafting realms where magic grows. Fantasy worlds in our hands we hold, creation's touch, a tale retold. Binding souls with hues that gleam, resin whispers through the dream. Shapes that twist and skies that bend, a universe we can transcend. Every layer tells a tale, through the mist we set our sail. Fingers dance, the resin sways, a symphony of night and days. In every pore, a piece of heart, this is where our worlds all start. Fantasy worlds in our hands we hold, creation's touch, a tale retold. Binding souls with hues that gleam, rising whispers through the dream. Colors clash and then unite, a canvas born of endless light. We do create, our souls ignite, resin flows through endless night. Rising whispers through the dream. Rising whispers through the dream.
Okay, so that took longer than expected to get that on. But it is on, and I think she looks pretty. So yeah. So I'm going to set this one aside to cool off a little bit. It's extremely bendy now because all the heat I just applied to it. So I'm going to set this aside and let it cool off and then get to working on the coasters. So I will be back with you guys with this project when it's time for me to do the top coat. I got 4 coasters to do. It's all essentially going to be the same thing, just applying the decals with the heat gun. So yeah, I will get these done, and I will show you what the coasters look like when they're done, and then I'll be back when it's time to do the top coats. Hey guys, I am back, and I let these sit for a little bit before I came back in with my top coat because I wanted these to set. So I got my resin mixed up. I'm using my Let's Resin tabletop coating epoxy. I have never done this before, so I'm going to see how it works out. So I mixed up 4 ounces because I'm going to try and do the tray and my coasters at the same time. There's a lot of bubbles in this, so I have no idea. It's a very thick resin. I just tried running it through the debubbler, didn't work the greatest, but we're going to see how this turns out. So I think the real tricky part with this is going to be because of the detail around the edges, is just getting it over to those edges. There we go. And then the last thing is to place the handles on. My hope is that this resin, tabletop resin, is going to be enough to keep the handles on. I might come in after with a little bit of UV resin, maybe just to make sure. Not 100% certain. It's the first time I've done handles. Alrighty. Okay. Then start working on the coasters. Probably gonna have to mix up some more resin. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know how much I'm gonna need for these. Just try and get an even amount on each one to start. I should be able to make this work. Alright, so those are going to take, well, probably till tomorrow to cure. So I will be back then, and we'll see the completed piece, and then we'll be done with this project. That is all for now. I'll see you on the completed side. Bye for now. Alright guys, I am back. Sorry if you can hear the whirring in my mic here. I got my curing machine going on another project. I just wanted to stop in because the tray and the coasters are done enough that I can show you. So, there's not too much different here. I just wanted to show you how they look with that that finishing top coat on there. I am really happy because the bubbles did go away. So, on reveal, handles and everything. Here is the tray. And in all honesty, that top coat just really, in my opinion, completed this project. It has a very nice gloss to it. I'm not 100% sure how it'll hold up over time, but the handles are on nice and secure, at least enough to carry it. I am still kind of worried about the handles though, because I've never attached anything that way before, so this does need to sit for a little while longer though to finish curing, because it hasn't been long enough. I'm sure if the top is still a little squishy yet, but I just wanted to show you the completed bits to get this video posted. So that is how the tray turned out with the top coat. And then here is how the coasters turned out. They are just gorgeous with that top coat on there. Look at them. Absolutely stunning. I was really worried about how this project was going to turn out in the end, but I gotta say, I am happy with how these ended up being. So that is it for this project. I am really excited to get this posted. So I will try and get this one up tomorrow. But that is all for this project and all for now. Please like and share, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think of this. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. In the meantime, remember to stay creative, everyone. And that is all for now. I'll see you guys back for my next project. Bye!